I think if you know who you are, who you truly are, if you search that out, you will also find your dream.
Oh, nice, aren't these from Shiros?
I'm really into thinking like life is a sound. Everybody has a sound. And when you find that, the soundtrack of your life, you pretty much can just play that the rest of your life and just fine tune it a little more every day. But it's hard to find the track. I think my soundtrack is just being real. When I'm real and I'm true to who I am and true to my photography and shooting people that is true to what they're doing, that's what comes through. It's hard to be yourself, but when you just are who you are and you just do your thing, I think that's when magic happens. I think the best photography you can do is when you just are willing to say, hey, I'm just going to do this. If no one ever going to like this, it's just for my own purpose. And it's just who I am. I think it's better to just be who you are and just do the photography in real life than try to become something someone else wants you to be. There you go. Now you're ready. You don't need anything more. This is everything you ever need in life. 35mm lens, aperture. If you're a painter or a sculptor, focus. You always looking for that technique that gonna kind of bring forward your tone, your language. And I think with photography, you gotta find that camera that kind of is an extension of what you wanna do. Well, I think I got kind of just tired of all the digital stuff. 50 megapixel, Hasselblad, just tried every high-tech thing you can do. What I did discover was that I just want to get back to basic. Raw, 35, grain, just simple. It's just so much amazing, beautiful photography done with the simplest gear. Because there's something beautiful with limitations. It makes you just get rid of all the decluttering stuff that actually doesn't add anything. I think when you start out, you're trying to add all this stuff. And then the more you know who you are, both in life and in photography, I think you're just trying to get rid of as much stuff and to be as free as possible. And just do what you're really supposed to do. I think the more complicated it gets, it just kind of kills that raw instinct. And I came back 2008 and got into the surf world, shooting for a surf company. But my health was just going down and down, and I couldn't really figure out what it was. So I had to move back to Sweden and actually live with my parents for 5 years. I was doubting that I ever was going to be able to come back to normal life. Had no energy and no strength. And one part of me was like, this is the rest of my life. And the other part of my life was like, hey, I'm going to get out of this. And I guess the part where it's like, hey, I'm going to get out of it, did win. and I just pushed through, and I don't know what happened, how I came out of it, but I did came out of it, and my body did recover. I was stripped down too, at a pretty raw place where you kind of have to ask yourself, you know, the purpose of what you're doing and who you are. And then when you're coming back, you're much more careful what you're adding on, but you're also living in this kind of awareness of that I got a second chance. I'm gonna do the best of everything that's been given to me. That doesn't mean that you have to be the best, or it's just being the best you and be the best Daniel Månsson photographer that Daniel Månsson can be. How can I make the most beautiful photos out of who I am?